Yeah. So we're dripping from whatever that thing is. Part of the fuse box or something. Yep, well that's definitive, I think. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video on the little project Corsa. This is, I think, part 3, looking at the wet getting inside. Oh, it's dark. So previously we done that side, the driver's side. Hang on, let's swing back, which I can't put back together yet because we're still waiting for the seal that goes in that little hole, the grommet, for the bonnet or hood release. So I can't button that up, and this is what we're looking at today. So this is, I guess that's the fuse box. I'm guessing this is some sort of a relay box or something, and we've got water coming in around this seal. So I guess first thing we'll do is have a look. I mean, it's not too bad, and there's some debris down the side, but there are, can you see in there? There's a screw missing there, and there's a screw missing there. So that's not going to help matters, but I'm pretty sure it was coming around this edge from the inside, not actually from inside there. And also, look in there. Oh, I can't see it. You see that? Where the red bit is? That is going to the inside. And that is where I pulled out a big heavy wire that went to the amp in the back. So, I mean, it looked like it was pretty well sealed up, but we'll see. We'll have to have a look at that as well. And if you'd like to help the channel grow and like what we're doing here, please give us a thumbs up. And here's the area inside we're going to be looking at. That in there. That's not me, that's the thing. The brakes creaking. So I got a feeling, you know, well, you saw from before, oh, I can't see it, it was dripping out from underneath that, so not inside, underneath. So I think we're going to have to take all these wires out, really. And I'm going to take that one out when we get to it and put a rubber seal on the other side, because I've done it on the driver's side, and I was pleased with how that looked. So first things first, we're going to have to get this cover off by taking these remaining screws. There's one down there, you see there. I don't know if there's one that side, doesn't look like it. There's 2 there. And they're I've got magnet stuck, T20 Torx. So let's, I'll set you up and we'll just whip them out and have a look. I might take this off, have a look, see what's underneath there as well. So this is what we have. That's obviously a fuse box. There's some relays in there, which looks okay. And there's obviously been issues in here because this is silicone. That should be a more of a permanent seal, I think. Oh no, look, it's got a felt underneath, but it's been siliconed over the top. So that's not going to help matters because obviously it's missing here. Oh, that's that bit, but that's not doing anything. Yeah, so that's needs something doing to that. I'll have to think what I can do with that. That seems okay there. That got water wires coming through. So I'm presuming this bit will lift off somehow, and we'll be able to disconnect everything and pull the assembly out. Sorry, poor lighting. But yeah, that's what's in it. Those pink things are all plugs. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably mark them 1, 2, 3 and take a picture of them, I guess, and then I'll know where they go back in. So let's have a route around and see how this thing comes out. So to start off with, we've just got to unclip these things, and this is the brain, I believe. It's got lots of wiggly bits in there. And then to get these out, there's a little lug at the back you press, and then the over center thing goes over. Oh, it's tight, that one. Eventually. So that's that one. Oh, that was a bit easier. And then that one, hopefully. There we go. And then I think, well, I don't know if we need to move inside or not really. Not sure where all this goes. I think I'll set you up. Oh, might just pop out. And it looks like there's just some clips that hold it in. See that clip down there? If I just press that, it looks like, oh, that one's tight. That looks like something's coming out. Yeah, well, there's a zip tie on there, so I'll pop that zip tie. Oh, sorry. And there's a little cover down there that needs to come off as well. See the little white one? That looks like it pops off both sides. Yeah, I think it needs 2 hands to fiddle with, and we'll see if we can lift this bit out. I don't know how that's... Looks like that should come out through there to release that, but without knowing, I don't know. Which obviously makes sense. Right, I'll just put you up there a sec, and I'm going to clip this off and wiggle with 2 hands. Here we go. So we've got everything. Let's do that screwdriver before I knock it off. We've got everything here all exposed. There was another zip tie on the inside which I just had to unclip. So basically we want to separate this into 2 so we can get this case out. Oh, somebody's been playing with this before. That was not me. That was just not done up. So someone's been fiddling before, which, you know, it's an old car, you would expect it. I'm going to take a ton of pictures of this, and then I'm going to try and separate the loom. So we'll try and separate that one to this one, and whatever goes in, and whatever stays out, stays out, and then I should be able to take this housing out. So, yeah. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a load of pictures and see what I've got to disconnect. It looks like that's the main bulk of the wires there, separating it, doesn't it? Might be just that one. Yeah, might be just that plug. I'll tell you when I know. So the wires we were looking at disconnecting look like it's the underside of this rail here, or connector, this one here. Now, just looking at it, it looks like these things pop out hope. And then maybe it slides out. See how that went up then? Just clip that side, Don't know if it comes all the way out. Nope. And then does that? Yeah, look. See, it just slid that. It's just on some lugs. Sorry, fat fingers in the way. Slide that out. And then, oh yes! We've separated it. So that can swing in. Just carefully. And then we've got our enclosure, which is just a number of screws. That's that other, sorry, that one there. That's the other bolt on the other side that I put a rubber washer behind. There you go. Just to stop water getting in. I mean, it shouldn't matter here because this is all inside this. So, looks like just a number of 10mm nuts, maybe, holding it in. I don't know about that cable, if that's attached to anything. Anyway, I'll set you up. Let's whiz it off, hopefully. Here we go, it's off. It's just a few screws, one of which I dropped. Hope that goes, oh, that must go to the inner wing or something. And then that little clip was hooked up underneath. So it's not too bad in here, is it? But let's have a look and see what we've got here. So this is just a rubber seal. So I'm guessing that's just got compressed and gone hard over the years. It's not something you'd have to take out very often, is it? Yeah, let's have a clean up and have a think what we're going to do with this rubber seal, because it's obviously not doing the job. We've got the parts on the bench. This is the cover, and as you can see, I think that's been made out of silicone. Either that's been made out of silicone or it's had silicone added, I'm not sure. So I've looked these up, and these are about £40, I think, £45. So I'm thinking of getting some neoprene cord to go in here, and I can stick that in, and then hopefully that'll fix that. So I'm going to look for some neoprene cord for that. We'll see how we get on. This one, which is obviously the base, and the water was washing up underneath this, so it was coming in the seal. This seal actually doesn't seem too bad. It's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit hard. I don't know what to do. Will it come out? Yeah, it's going to come out now. So it's quite a chunky seal. I'm sorry if you can't see. Hang on, I'm going to move this light. It will sound funny. Yeah. So I guess I need to get hold of Vauxhall, see if this is available. It's not hard, but it's obviously just not doing the job. I mean, the other option is I put it back in and use silicone, which is, it's okay. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have a think about it and see what I'm gonna do. Bear with. So I think I've come up with a solution for the seal that's going to be better than that, and it's this. Now this is 7mm neoprene sponge cord. I got it off eBay. I think this piece is about a metre, and it cost £3. I did get some 8mm as well, but that seems a bit thick. And basically all I'm going to do is use it like a it is a very soft look, really. A very soft O-ring, and just stick it in there. And then obviously, you know, it's got nice compressibility, and touch wood, cross fingers, touch wood, it should seal this up. So what I'm going to do is lay it in, cut it to length, and I'm going to glue the ends together, so if it ever shrinks or anything, it won't leave a gap, in theory. So yeah, I was just going to use some super glue on this. So yeah, I'm going to stick it in, cut it to length, glue it, and yeah. Do you want to see that? I'll stick you on the tripod, and if it ends up in the edit, it ends up in the edit. While we're waiting for that to go off, I previously had a look at this seal. Now, it looks in pretty good nick, and I couldn't work out why that would be leaking. So what I did was I actually spread grease around it to see where it sits on the bulkhead of the car. Now I'm hoping you can see this. It is a bit awkward, but hang on, let's poke you in here. Can you see where we are? Right, can you see? That's the grease going down there and around here. Now, if you look there, can you see that? I don't know if you can. Hang on, let's move this out of the way. That grease is going all the way through this big lump of body sealer. So I'm wondering if that, because that's quite raised there. I don't know if you can get a perspective of how high that is. That is quite a big lump of sort of seam sealer. And that, sorry, dragging you out again. When you look at this, is over this side. I'm trying to get you in the light. Sorry about rattling. Can you see that there? Hang on, let's go in. There isn't much, but that's deformed the rubber. So I'm wondering if that's where our whole leak was, because if you look, well, I mean, it doesn't look flat. Whether it is supposed to be flat or not, I don't know, but you know, it's got twistability to it. But I'm wondering if that was the issue, because it's sort of, there's a dip in it. It's quite a firm gasket. I'm wondering if it would have taken up the lump either side. So what I'm going to do, sorry, spinning you around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut back on that seam sealer and try and scrape it flat as gently as possible, so that seal has got somewhere to land, because it's in really good nick, and it's, you know, it's flexible. So that's one try. I'm probably going to turn this round, put this in backwards so that is on the inside, and I might put a little bead of sealer in behind just so it's squished flat. I might even put a little bit on this face. I don't want much, because if you ever got to take this apart, it'll be a right pain. But yeah, that's where I am with that. And well, once that's glued together, I'll stick it in there and we'll have a look, see how it fits. And there we go. I've just scraped that off as flat as I can. I know there's a few scratches, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of paint on it just to protect it. I don't think it's gone through to the metal, but it is smooth. I know it doesn't look it, but that is smooth, especially compared to other. It had a big lump. You can see how thick it was now. There we go, good as new. Now let's get back over there and see how that neoprene foam's doing. We've let this one sort of set off for a bit. I don't know, it's got a strength to it. So I'm just going to lay this back in, chuck it in that and try it. Look at that. Fits like a glove. Let's just try it in there. Well, that clips in. I can't see any light coming in. Can you? No. Hopefully that's fixed that. Now, the only problem I've got now is I can't put this back in because I need to sort out the, what's it called? The hood latch or bonnet latch that goes through the bulkhead on the other side, which runs underneath this through a little channel. I don't think you can sort of feed it through with this in, possibly. But yeah, like everybody else on YouTube, I seem to be waiting for parts. So anyway, that bit's ready to fit. Well, that quarter of a second to you was about 2 months to me. And what a pain it was. And it was all to do with getting this grommet, which is on the hood release or bonnet release cable. And as I think I've showed you, see, it's such a long time ago, I do apologise. It's all that goes through that hole there. So basically the story is, I found a part number, got hold of Vauxhall. They said, yeah, it's on back order, should be within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Now, after 6 weeks of chasing, they said it's no longer available. So I know it was over the Christmas period, but it's a little frustrating. And so once I found it wasn't available, I looked at things like whether I could use that to go in, and it doesn't, it's a funny size, it just doesn't fit right. And after doing all that work, I wasn't happy using that. I was looking for grommets. Like I say, it's a funny size. Ultimately, I've had to buy a new cable, which is in that bag. And it's got, excuse me, this is a brand new cable. It's a Vauxhall part number. And it's got that grommet on it with the exact same part number. So they can make the cables, but can't sell the grommet separately. You can see that exactly the same. Same part number, everything. So a little bit frustrated because that grommet was coming up as £2.50 and I had to spend, I think it was £25 getting a replacement. So yeah, I am a little frustrated. I do apologise. But also, it's been a couple of months. I haven't been video recently because I've been really busy. But I can't remember where everything goes. So, yeah, it's got to fit in there somewhere. But yeah, I know the cable runs around there, goes through this. That's why I didn't want to put all this back together, because the fuse board lays on top of here, or this relay board, or whatever it's called. So this is why I've stopped. I'm going to put a new cable in, put that new cable in. I won't waffle you around with that. And I've done, whoops, I've replaced the seal in there. I can't remember if I showed you that. It's, like I said, it's such a long time ago with this expanding foam cord, expanded or dense foam cord. That's all good in there. That's the seal. Sorry if it's a bit dark. So basically, I'm going to put the new handbrake. Oh, handbrake, really? It's not a handbrake cable. I'm going to put the new bonnet opening cable in. I'll just do that because it's going to take me a while to find the route, and then I'll start looking at doing the relay box. So bear with, and I'm sorry for the rant, but I've been waiting to do this for so long. I was planning to do it over Christmas. I just had a few days off. Could have been back together. I could have put water on it, make sure it doesn't leak, because it still might leak. If it does, I'm going to cry. Let's get on with it and get back to our normal. You know what I mean. Right, see you in a sec. Well, that took a lot longer than it should. There it is there, my nice new grommet. Hope you can see it. Clamped in. That's just that making a noise, the light running in, and this is it here, through that little thingy there, around, underneath, clip here, in through that, clamp there, and it works. It took a long time, because I had to put the windscreen wiper in roughly, and then the air inlet box there, and the battery tray and that, because it went around it all. Anyway, it's in. So next up, let's get this tray in here and then connect up some electrics. Then hopefully we can make it watertight and actually try it. Put water in the scuttle area. Wish me luck. We're all cleaned up. This is ready to go. The seal is on. I've actually put a little splodge of stuff on it just to make sure. So let's get it in there. It's in. I haven't put that on properly. I can pop this off if you want. Just need to give it a wiggle. So there we are. We're all in there, all connected. Got the foam in there. So basically, to make this bit watertight now, all I've got to do is put that on and find the screws. And I know they're in a very safe place. So I'll do that now. But yeah, hopefully the next thing we can do... Actually, I need to put that back on, don't I? I'll put that back on. It's only those 4 screws, or 3 screws. And then we can start putting water in here and making sure it's all waterproof. Let's do that. There it is. That one's done up. I had to use a different couple of screws there because there was some missing. Put the air intake in. Still got to change that, but there we go. I had to put the battery tray in as well. But we're ready to put this outside and spray it with water and see what happens. Right, we've had a break in the weather in the UK. As most of you guys know, yesterday was pretty darn rough. So all I'm going to do, got my hose, I'm going to spray in around here and then obviously spray around that side over there. But I can't do it this and that and inside because I've only got one camera. So I'll set you up inside, spray you, and then I'll come out and try and show you what I've done. Let's hope this weather stays off because I can't wind the windows up. I've got no power. Right, you guys are in the car. Give us a shout if you see any water. I'm spraying. Anything? Well, I've left it running, so that's looking good. I'll leave it running some more. Well, I haven't seen any drips, and we've been spraying it around here like that. Try not to get in that plug, but I've got no battery connected, so that's good. Yeah. Well, I think, you know, that's as wet as it's going to get, isn't it? Let's go on the other side. Again, sorry about the wind noise. Right, you're pointing under the dashboard at where it was leaking before, so I'm going to put water on, see what happens on this side. good. Well, it looks dry at the moment. I'll show you what I'm doing out there. Excuse me for wobbling. Like I say, again, sorry for the wind noise. So we've just been spraying all over this. I reckon that's good. Don't you? Let's have another look. There's nothing on the floor. Sorry for flashing you guys. And where it was coming from before, nada. I reckon we've sorted it. Flipping it, that took some doing. Not the actual sealing, but just getting it done. Let's get it back in the workshop and put some bits back on. Wheeled it back in, and as you can see, we're dry here, and in the driver's side, dry as a bone too. So I'm pleased as punch. So now all we've got to do is get all this stuff back where it belongs in here, and I think I'm gonna probably grease up some of these joints and that. It looks a bit dry in around here, so I might just give it a clean up before it goes back in. Just a real quickie. Obviously I just wanted to clean these up, but look, this it's tight. It's got a loose bit there, which is probably where it runs, but can you listen? So all I've done is there's a little C-clip there, pop that out, be really careful because it'll go twang and you lose it forever. Then there's a washer and a tiny little seal, this little rubber seal, and then I'm going to try and just tap that out and then clean it up, grease it up, put it back together, repeat. So sorry, just a quick one. If you're taking it out, have a check. And while we got all this off, I changed the cabin air filter as well. Basically, you just got to take that panel off. These things just pop up like that, and you can just pull it out, push another one in, done. But I don't want to bore you with that, so we shall try the old YouTube fairy snapper root ski. What do you think? Let's have a go. Here we go. That was a bit lame. Let's try again. Here we go. Just going to rattle it a sec. That's it. All back together. A bit of a fiddle. I've cleaned it up. So that's it. Not the easiest of scuttles to get in, and why they do the cabin filter in behind that one and not that one somehow, I don't know. But anyway, it's back together. Next, interior. So I guess the next job is to give this a bit of a vacuum out and a clean up. It ain't too bad in here really. So there's the odd mouldy chip. But yeah, I'll give it a wipe down, give it a vacuum, and then we can start putting the insides in. There we go, all vacuumed out. That's just a box of all the screws, and it's in really good nick actually. Even though it's been damp, there's absolutely no rust in there. I'd say there's no anything like surface rust. I mean, that's as much as we get. It's a little bit of surface rust on that metal there. So it's really come up good. I need to wipe that spare wheel out, but that's okay. That's just needs a damp cloth, just like that damp cloth. Yeah, looking good. Excellente. So now we just got to put that seat and all of that in, which may take a little while. So we've got a box of interior parts, seat, back seats are up on there. I don't think I'm going to put you through the pain of putting it back in, because it's obviously the reversal of the removal. So let's see if we can get the old YouTube fairies to help us out again. Are you ready? Let's try it, see if it works. 3, 2, 1, boom. And there we go. Yes, the fairies have helped us, and it actually doesn't look too bad in here at all. I've given it a little bit of a clean. Obviously I've been climbing in and out, but we've got new mats. Seats have come up lovely. That's all good. I haven't got the keys on me at the moment, but There we go. It's all as was before, really. So the inside, sorry if I flash you, it's pretty good. Pleased with that. Put a bit of silicone shine on it. Whether you like that or not, I don't know, but it soon wears off. And the light's just done a dive. There we go. One thing I don't like is I haven't got the keys, but the way the stereo was wired up, let's put that there, is basically as I found it. But you've got to turn it on to the ignition on to listen to the radio if the engine's not running, and I don't like that. So I might have to look and see if I can change that somehow. But yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, I've got dirty footprints, but yeah, all good. Look in the back again, nice and tidy. I can't open this door because of the Audi's too close. Ooh. See, I'm squishing between here. And sorry. Oh, that's close, it's touched. But yeah, so it's all back together. All nice, and you can't see hardly anything, sorry. But yeah, pleased with that. What do you reckon? So really and truly, the inside of this one is pretty good. It's nice and tidy. It's just the outside now, and yeah, what do you reckon? I've said that before, do apologise. Next up, under the bonnet. So, but that is going to be it for today. Thank God, I hear you say. Right guys, that is it for this episode. We are leak free. We've chucked water down there. We haven't chucked water down the lights and down there, but I'm sure it's okay because I'm pretty positive of that. But we've proved that we fixed these water leaks in here. So that's good. It was a long time coming. It was quite a frustrating time. It goes that way. Sometimes, you know, especially at the moment, it's hard to get parts. But anyway, we're moving on. We're doing stuff. Like I say, everything works. Next thing, I think we're going to be looking in the engine bay. We've got some quite hefty oil. Not hefty, but there is quite a nice oil leak. Nice? Why would you have a nice oil leak? There's quite a, not substantial, but there's a good oil leak on it. Well, again, good. There's an oil leak, and it's not good. So we'll sort that out. But we'll have a look at that. Maybe next time. I've got some other jobs to do as well. But yes, I am pleased, and I'm sorry it looks really dark. But yes, I'm very pleased. Took a lot longer. The interior, like we said earlier, looks really nice. I mean, you wouldn't believe it's, 15 years old. It's interior-wise, it's really nice. Exterior-wise, visually challenged. But it's a cheap car. I'm going to stop waffling. Thank you so much for coming on another Corsa C journey. And I hope to see you next time. Cheers then. Oh, don't forget. Instars. Cheers then. I ain't got a clue what I'm talking about, really. No. Oh well. I really hope this is working because I just had an SD card error fault. If it doesn't work, I'm just absolutely talking to myself. Well, that called for a self coat. Calm down, Max. That was messed it up. Let's try that again. This lot was a far too long. I had to put a couple of things in a few times because I forgot how it goes together. It runs and it drips. Don't have to push it anymore. Yee-haw!
And we're back. Lovely jubbly.